Kamala Harris opposes Trump's Fed stance. If elected president on November 5, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has promised not to interfere with the Federal Reserve and has stated her strong disagreement with challenger Donald Trump's views on the institution. Harris's stance is in stark contrast to the former president and Republican contender, who advocated for presidential oversight of the Federal Reserve. Harris, a Democrat running for president, told reporters in Phoenix, Arizona, that she would never intervene in the decisions that the Fed makes if she were president. Harris stated her intention to publish policy proposals next week before boarding a plane to Las Vegas for a campaign rally. She assured the public that the meeting would center on economic matters, specifically the steps necessary to reduce costs and boost the economy as a whole. Last week, the U.S. unemployment rate rose, which contributed to a worldwide stock market crash that persisted until stocks partially recovered. Fearing the Federal Reserve would have to take strong action in reaction to a possible recession in the United States, investors have fled the market. In response to questions regarding these worries and the Federal Reserve's potential response, Harris stated, "As we are aware, there was volatility this week, but it appears to have resolved itself. What follows is dependent on their subsequent decisions." To this point, Trump's remarks have provided the clearest sign that, should he win the presidency again, he intends to limit the independence of the Federal Reserve. While speaking to reporters at his Florida Mar-a-Lago estate, Trump stated, "I feel the president should have at least a voice when it comes to Fed decisions." His remarks came after a March Wall Street Journal article claimed that Trump supporters had planned to undermine the independence of the central bank in the event that Trump were to win the election. Despite initial campaign distancing, Trump's most recent statements show he fully supports a major proposal in the report, that the president ought to be involved in interest rate decisions and that regulatory proposals from the Federal Reserve ought to be reviewed by the White House. Trump nominated Jerome Powell to head the Federal Reserve, and President Joe Biden reappointed him. Powell will remain in his position until May 2026. Trump broke with previous U.S. presidents in his continuous criticism and commentary on the Federal Reserve while in office.